Hi, I'm TXAA or Geekbit on YouTube, but hopefully you should know me as TXAA by now, or TXAA, or however you want to say it. I'm going to teach you how to flash your EMS cartridge on a Mac, or Linux if you want to follow along. But basically, this is Chainsaw Police's guide on how to use Mike Ryan's EMS Flasher for Mac. Basically, the tutorial is very easy to follow, but I've had one person ask me how to use this, and I do know how to use this, but I've never really used it before, because I just emulate on Windows and use the official EMS Flasher. But let's give this a go, because I've made a couple of tutorial videos on the EMS stuff now, and I use a Mac as my primary operating system, so I might as well just use this. So basically, yeah, you download the Flasher. Yeah, the link to Chainsaw Police's guide will be in the description, so you follow the links that I click there. So you download the binary for Mac OS 10.6. It should run on any Mac. I'm using Mountain Lion at the moment, so 10.8.2. But yeah, anyway, so you download that, unzip it, put it in a folder. I have got it on my desktop. So as you can see, Sam Desktop EMS Flasher. And I've also put a Game Boy ROM in the folder here. Okay? So ignore step 1, apart from the download bit. We don't need to compile it because we've just downloaded a compiled version already. So then we go flash EMSDJ to the cartridge. So what we do is open terminal. I've got mine in the dock. If you want to find terminal, just quit that. Just go up to Spotlight, or you can press Command Space and just type in terminal and press enter. Right, so as we can see here, we need to change directory, which is CD, and go to the folder that you've just downloaded the EMS Flasher for Mac to. So mine's in desktop, then CD, EMS Flasher, like that. And OS will list out all the files in that folder. So as you can see, I've got the authors file, the readme file, the dylib file, copying file, the EMS Flasher binary, which is what we're going to be using, and the lsdj.gb Game Boy ROM, which is also what we're going to be using. So, what you need to do is connect your EMS to a USB port using a cable. There we go, so USB connection, audio device. This says an audio device, which is quite cool, since we generally create tunes with it. So, what we're going to do is back up the ROM and the save file from bank 1 of the cartridge. So we need sudo, which gives you admin permissions, so you can do cool stuff. Then // which means stay in the folder that you're in. EMS-Flasher, as you can see, that's the binary file, right there. Then we're going to give it some arguments. So read ROM, bank 1, bank space ROM, verbose, which means it's going to output a lot of text, so you can see what it's doing. And then hopefully, oh yeah, and then give it a name to save it. So we're going to go back to DJ, date is 25th of January. So actually I'm just going to write backup 25jan.gb, like that. So then you need to enter your password. Then it's found the EMS card, it's claimed it. Base address is 0x0, then it's saving the ROM. It does take a little bit of time, but it does work. There we go. So what you do is just wait, I think it's 30 to 40 seconds, and it should write it completely fine. Now, the file size that I got was 4.2 megabytes, when the other LSTJ ROM that I have is only 1 megabyte. Not entirely sure why. There's probably a good reason that somebody will comment and tell me why, but I don't know. to work. There we go, successfully wrote a few points. Yeah, so yeah, I got 4.2 this time, it's 4.1 the first time. There you go, it backed it up successfully, so there we go. Awesome. We'll Control C. And we're gonna read the save instead. Because the save's more important generally than the ROM file. So all we need to do is just remove ROM and put save in and give it .sav. Oh. Maybe it's my cartridge. So it should be a 128 kilobyte. Or, well, this says 131. So what we can do instead is write a ROM. Nope. So basically, if you press the up and down keys, you can see the commands that you've done previously. So let's edit the file that we want to send to lsdj.gb or whatever your file is called. We'll edit read to write. We're going to ROM bank 1 verbose. Make sure it's plugged in properly. Obviously mine is not. Right, let's try it. But remember, you know, this is all experimental, so anything that goes wrong isn't my fault, isn't Chainsaw Police's fault, and isn't, I've forgotten your name, I'm really sorry, isn't Mike's fault. It's your own fault for trying it. There we go, successfully wrote. So if we disconnect this, make sure nothing's happening, plug it into a cartridge, a Game Boy even. Sorry for the hum, it's a inverter in my Game Boy. And because my save was still there, the Game Boy still the ROM has just picked up the save. So that's awesome, you know. We've written a ROM, we've gotten the save back, and should have got a ROM back, but I think my cartridge is just dodgy. So you know, just have a couple of goes. Anyway, that's that. No, go through the guide that Chainsaw Police has done and skip step 1, apart from the download, if you want to. But, you know, just try it out, you know. The only thing that can go wrong is you fuck up your save file, basically. It won't damage your cartridge, as far as we know. So, yeah, let's try it. And if you know somebody that is awesome at programming for Mac and can create a GUI for it, like a user interface, graphical user interface, then you know, let them know about this and see what they can do, because that would be a huge help to the community. Anyway, yeah, up into XAA. I will link to Chainsaw Police's tutorial. You know, he's done a great job on his tutorial. You know, I followed it twice now, and you know, it works pretty well. It's just my cartridge is a bit dodgy. So yeah, have fun.